want to thank you so much for coming to our show, the Idika Imeri show. In our show for today, we want to discuss a very important subject. And it says, let's go. Are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with yourself? Many a times when I see what people say and do, it reveals whether they are happy with themselves or not. There are so many things that people do that reveals that they are not happy with themselves. Um, about many days ago, someone raised this question and said, I should deal with it. And then today also, I was sharing with one of our partners, and it's also came. Are you happy with yourself? You might say to me, yes, I am. But there are things that I want you to take a look at in your life that basically will reveal to you that either you're happy with yourself or not. Let's begin. Let's begin with vitamins. Let's begin with your vitamins. Are you taking your vitamins like a religion that is on a daily basis? Or let's say that the doctor puts you on a medication, say for high blood pressure, or say for recovering from cancer, or you are recovering from a heart attack, any of the cardiopulmonary problems or difficulties. The question is, you were told to take your medicine on a daily basis, and you are not. I know a lot of people who are not taking their high blood pressure medication. I know a lot of people who are not taking their heart problem medication. I know of a lot of people who are not taking the medication that the doctor said that they should take. So I want to ask you, for you not taking your medication, does it really show that you are really happy with you, or you are angry with yourself, or you are angry with the world? So I want you to start looking at that because it will all boils back to survival, whether you want to stay alive or not, whether you want to be happy or not. Little things, little tablets, take them. Little vitamins, take them on a daily basis so that you can have a healthy body. So, are you taking your vitamins or not? Are you taking your prescribed medication or not? So, that's something that you have to think about because it will boil down to, are you really happy with you? Because many things you are doing is speaking. Another is, if you start a task, if you start a project, do you finish it? Are you a finisher? Or your life is a glass house, a littered house, or a trash house of a lot of unfinished business? So you talk more than you are acting. You are not achieving anything. You are just talking to belong. So are you really happy with yourself? That's the question that you need to ask yourself. If your life is full of many unfinished business, you never start anything and finish it. You never. You get into relationship, you're quick to run out. You get into marriage, you're quick to start complaining. You become judgmental. You got a job, you're quick to misbehave and you get fired. In fact, getting into that job, you never really seriously know the best about that job in order to be promoted. You start building a house, you never finish. You start going to college, you never finish. Nothing is ever finished. It's a sign that you are not happy with you. For some of you who believed so much in prayers, and you prayed so many times concerning a thing, and it didn't come to pass. So you leave God. You don't want to talk to him anymore. Don't want to have anything to do with Jesus and the Holy Spirit. Have you asked yourself, if you are happy with yourself, you'll ask yourself some questions like, have I said goodbye to people that I need to say goodbye to? That's number one. Number two, am I prepared for what I'm asking God to give me? Can I handle it? Number three, have I asked God to connect me with the right people that he should connect me for me to get what I want? Number four, have I got the training or the education needed for what I'm looking for? Am I sensitive enough? Do I know how to play my own part? The role that I should play in becoming who I should become, in getting what I should get. So these are things that you need to ask yourself. These are questions that need to be answered. Are you really happy with you? Now, there is the other side whereby everything that happens in your life has to do with other people always at fault, never you. So why is it that every problem that break out in your life is always other people? How you know that you are happy with yourself is that you sit down and ask yourself one vital question. What can I improve? What did I do wrong here? So those who think that they know it all will always find themselves in trouble. They will always be very legalistic, very stubborn, very arrogant, and achieve nothing in the end. If you are happy with yourself, you will always sit back and ask yourself, how am I doing? Am I doing things rightly or wrongly? Are you happy? Okay, if you don't like the way you look, what have you done to make yourself look better? What have you done to make yourself look better so that you are happy with you? So let's go there. How I will know that you are happy with yourself and you carry honor and dignity is take something like this. Exercise, eating right, taking the right medicine, going out for a walk, things of that nature. What are the things you are willing to do that will make you happy? Not something somebody else should do for you, but you yourself, you're doing for yourself. Because 90% of the time, we are looking for somebody to make us happy. But the question is, what is it that you are doing that will make you happy first? So, Vikky, let's get into this. Let's get into this.
Okay.
I want you to share with us also about what are the signs that shows that somebody is not happy with him or herself. For example, I've come to realize that those who are really so much involved with relationship, they go in and out of different relationship because they think that they will find happiness in it. The other person will make them happy. So relationship becomes what they think will make them happy. Sometimes it's drugs, sometimes it's gambling, sometimes it's unnecessary sex, so different things, food, different things. But most of the time, one of the most dangerous one that really shows you are not happy with yourself is if you depend on somebody else for your life. You shouldn't. You should be happy with yourself first. Then your friends or a leader or someone you've come to really love comes second. This is one of the reasons why religious people are very depressed in nature. They become depressed. Why? Because they are doing something for God, but they are not doing something for themselves. They are doing something for God because they are not happy with themselves. They are not doing something for themselves. For example, are you buying clothes for yourself? Are you purchasing cosmetic for yourself? Whatever will enhance you, are you doing it? What is it you are buying for yourself that will make you happy? I want you to think about that. I think Vikky is out of the video call. Oh, you are okay. Good. So many a times, I see that people are not buying something for themselves. They will not buy a car for themselves. They will buy a car for everybody else except themselves. They will buy a big screen TV for others. They will never buy for themselves. They will buy quality outfits and shoes and perfumes for everybody else, but not for themselves. Nice jewelry for everybody else, but not for themselves. That's a sign that you are not happy with you. Another way that it shows is racism. When you think that your culture is gonna save you, your salvation is your Messiah or your race. Also, if you are an idol worshiper, you've chosen a political leader as the person who is going to save your life, as though you do not know that politicians are gamblers, that they are two-headed devils. And so you begin to trust them, you become militant. Everything you are very militant. It shows that you are not happy with you. Things that you know that you should do for yourself, you go to follow somebody else. It shows you are not happy with you. Vikky, share with us, what do you think are signs of somebody that is not happy with him or herself? Go ahead.
I would say the way they talk,
Okay.
Unmotivated.
That is, they are not motivated.
Yeah, like they're not motivated.
Very important. Let's talk about that. The way people talk. When you find people who talk a lot, who always want to be talking with somebody, always on the phone, always from Facebook to WhatsApp, from WhatsApp to Twitter, from Twitter. They want to be seen. They want to be known all the time. They want to be heard all the time. They're constantly talking, talking, talking. It reveals unhappy people. And then Victoria has just talked about. Victoria, talk more about that. Talk more about that. And I want to hear more about people not being motivated, because people who have no passion and no drive, no motivation, is a strong sign that they are not happy with themselves. Vicky, go on. I want to hear you.
Like when someone is unmotivated and they seem like nothing gets them excited,
Mhm.
like you always have to kind of pull them, um, tired, like nothing, like there's really not much that gets them excited and don't really like to, even when they don't like to talk about anything good, like making plans for the future, when they don't really talk about real things.
Yeah.
I noticed that like the things they talk about are just like basic. And that's what I'd say.
Okay. Continue.
Because
What
they're
do you have to say about that? You have more to say about that. People are not motivated. That is, you wake up in the morning. There is nothing you look up to achieve for the day.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And there are people who actually enjoy being depressed. They enjoy being um the one that people are doing something against. They enjoy that because Vicky, don't you think that many a time they want to do that in order that people will be merciful to them or pity them, so they want to stay there? For example, I was talking to somebody 2 days ago, and I said, and the person said, the reason why the person is this is because this happened to them when they were like 18 or 17 years old. The father died, something like that. I said, mine died when I was 15. You see, a happy person is a person whom, if something bad happened to you, become the reason why you want to do something good. You want to move forward. And this takes us back to a bad person and a good person. Because a good person will try to do everything to be happy.
Mhm.
Because if you are happy with yourself, you are going to do a lot of good things for yourself. Even if you are trying to save the world, you are trying to do good for the world, you are trying to create product and build and provide services, you will always be in the midst of everything. You always put yourself in there because you will always want to profit. Are you a happy person? Because if you're a happy person, everything you do, you want to profit. Vicky, go on. Tell us what other areas, what are the other things that shows that somebody is a happy person or not a happy person? Tell us. Are you really a happy person? That's the question. What are the signs of an unhappy person?
An unhappy person always needs you to constantly lift them up. Like it's like they always need that. They kind of like respond, like show that they're not happy because they're wanting you to try to make them happy, and it could be draining to the family members because they always need that reassurance constantly. Like, oh, you know, give me a hug. It's okay. Everything's gonna be all fine. Don't worry.
And,
You're always.
and then they cry easily too. They cry very easily too. They use shedding tears to try to gain favor, you know? Yeah. I've seen that a lot. I've seen that a lot. Continue, Vicky.
Unhappy people, it seems like you can hear them when they speak. It's always kind of like ends in a way like, I knew it, or like, I hate this, I hate that. Or they're always like something responding, not even thinking about what they're saying, but they're constantly saying little remarks that are just habit forming for them.
Right.
They just have these habits of speaking in a certain way, like, oh my God, I'm done,
Yeah.
or you're getting on my nerves,
Right.
or that is so annoying,
Right.
or I can't stand it when this person, there are these little sayings, they say them all the time,
Right.
which when you're in the company of other people, after a while, people don't like to hear that.
Right.
And you don't really want to hang out with people who are always getting annoyed with this, or they're pissed when they're driving and they're
Right.
angry with people. They're just kind of like always saying things that are just like, after a while, your friends are really not going to be happy. If they're happy people, if you have happy friends, they after a while they're going to pick up on all that, and it's not going to be enjoyable. You're not going to be, and people are not going to be happy to hang around you
There you go.
if you're talking like that.
There you go. And also such people are very controlling people. That's another thing that will show you that somebody is not a happy person. They are very freaky, are very, very how do I put it? Controlling. They are very controlling. They like to control everything. They want to control how the event is, how the event should be, or how the event should not be. They want to control the story, and they want to control everybody. For example, if people gathered for an occasion, they want to be in charge of that occasion. They want to be in charge of. Oh, look at how that one dressed. Oh, look at how this one. They begin to gossip little things. Whereas the happy person just goes with the flow, allow people to be themselves. That's how happy people behave. You know, happy people negotiate. Happy people give people their freedom. If something doesn't work, a happy person knows how to let go, and how to rework something. But unhappy people, in fact, look at this. Happy people knows how, if something doesn't work out, how to work it out without complaining, without injuring anybody. But unhappy people will get stuck at a problem. Happy people sees what we call problems and troubles as a something for them to solve, something of benefit, something that is beneficial. But unhappy people sees it as something of anger and fear and dilemma and confusion. Vicky, what do you think of that? Happy people sees problem as challenges, whereas unhappy people see problems as something personal that they are afraid of, they are angry about, they are judgmental about, they talk about it, but they never come around to solve it. Problem is for solution for happy people. Problem is what people get stuck. It becomes the reason why they will not do something, the reason why they become beggars, the reason why they cry, the reason why they become weak, cheap, broke. Vicky, go into this. I want to hear from you too.
I'm thinking that happy people, they like to learn, and they like to see what can I do a little bit better.
Oh, I like that. Happy people love to learn.
I do.
Unhappy people get stuck in their ways and unwilling to learn. Oh, I like that.
And then
Mhm.
also a happy person, if you correct them, they can handle it. But it seems like an unhappy person right away, if you try to correct them in a gentle way, it doesn't matter.
They
They'll
take it personally. They are easily so here. Happy people, happy people are world-class learners. Unhappy people take everything personal.
it will hurt them.
It will hurt them. They are easily hurt.
And so when they get hurt, all of a sudden they can't really hear what you're saying anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's not really registering, and you can't, so it's more difficult to give advice to a person who's unhappy because other things are getting in the way of them accepting that advice. And so it just,
So you see, but what we have been saying in this show, people actually create, they choose their happiness and they choose their unhappiness. There's nothing like it was because of this that I am unhappy. It's because that's what you choose. You choose to be unhappy. That's the lifestyle that you think is going to work for you. Vikky, continue.
And what I'm thinking is a lot of people, even who are happy, are dealing with unhappy people within their own family, Yeah. And so it's kind of like you just wonder, you want to make them happy. And then so some people are left with, how do I respond to people who are not happy in their own family? Because you want to help them, Yeah. And you're like, how far do I go, or without making yourself unhappy, trying to make this person happy? So
you see, happy people try to find ways to get out of a mistake, a confusion, a problem, or finish something that they did not finish. Unhappy people will never do it. They will find a way to use that as a reason for not doing something with their life. Happy people will look at themselves and say, I have to do something with me. I have to do something with my life. Unhappy people are looking for somebody to help them, somebody to talk to them, somebody that they can now depend on, somebody who, when, in fact, unhappy people, if they come to you for counseling, if they come to you for ideas, after you finish talking to them 5 minutes, the next 10 minutes they call you. Another 1 hour they call you. They just keep bugging you, bugging you, bugging you, bugging you until they will almost snatch out the life in you. You won't be able to have your own life because they want to use their misery to completely stop you from moving forward. Unhappy people, they deal with mediocrity and misery. Nothing. And that is not a good place to be. And that is why when you come in contact with any human being, you have to ask yourself, what kind of spirit is this person? Because with that, if you ask yourself that question, you will be able to know whether that person is a happy spirit, is a happy person, happy personality, or not. This is not about mental thing or people being bipolar. This is about a quest for survival and a quest for life. Vikky, continue.
Yeah.
Even a simple, for example, there is an occasion. Everybody is drinking, eating, talking nice things, trying to behave and be civil. An unhappy person walk into the same place where there is peace and quietness and enjoyment and create a drama instantly. Vikky, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They start a drama. They start a big time drama, and sometimes a fight break out. Those are unhappy people. For example, if there's food, people are gathered and eating. When people are eating, it's not the time to talk seriously. It's a time to be happy. But there are people who will wait until you're about to put that food in your mouth and to eat. That's when they say something very nasty. And you lose appetite for that food and walk away. See, those are signs of unhappy people. Because if somebody is not happy and they are in your life, they are going to put their unhappiness on you. You have to know this for a fact. And that is why if you cannot handle it, don't even try it. If you cannot handle being with unhappy people, don't even try to be with them. An unhappy person will be the first person to come to you when you've been recruited into a job or into a professional career to tell you everything that you should avoid in this company. Why you should avoid your boss, they will tell you every bad thing. In fact, let me say this. I began a few months ago to talk to people who call my ministry our mission. Please, whenever you call me, tell me something nice. At least, even if it's even if it's once in a year, you should tell me something nice that has happened to you. I will appreciate that. Because a lot of I have learned this about certain people. Whenever they are in your presence, they want to tell you about their car broke down, their father died, their mother died. Something bad always is what they are going to tell you. Their children were sick, so person did this. So that there is never, because that's the kind of spirit that they are. But I want somebody who will tell me of some accomplishments, some good things. Some days I will begin to call my partners to ask them to tell me a story about something good and nice that has happened in their lives. Because this is going to be very important if you are going to build success, if you are going to create money. Money will never come to unhappy people. Money will not come to them easily. Little good thing that has happened in your life, do you appreciate them? Unhappy people, no matter what you do for them, will never appreciate it. They might be happy for a few minutes, then okay, it's over. And they start complaining. In fact, there was um there was a lady that was our partner, and also a man that was our partner in our mission. I prayed for this lady, and this lady got a job that pays her, I think, 40 something dollars an hour. The very first week that these two people went to their job, they reported for their new job. That very day, they called me to tell me, oh, my boss drives a Mercedes. The wife drives a Jag, that's a Jaguar. I want to have a job that will give me the kind of money for me to buy a Mercedes. They started their job the same day. And they already complaining. I just like threw them out. I don't like that. I just think that that is too disrespectful. Too disrespectful. When you see yourself going from mission to mission, ministry to ministry, pastors to pastors, church to church, is a sign of an unhappy life. Because you are not stable. A happy person will find a good thing to do that will bring money constantly. An unhappy person will not. An unhappy person will tell you why they cannot do it. So I want you to begin to think about that. Vikky, if you want to assist on what I've just said, please do. If you want to assist on that and work on that, please do.
Okay.
So this is where we want to bring our show to an end. I want you to begin to ask yourself whether you're a happy person. The way you lash out at your children, things that you can easily show them by correction. Instead, you're beating them. Instead, you're injuring them, abusing them, just to try to please them. It shows that you are not a happy person. It shows you are not a happy person. A happy person A happy person will not stay in a relationship that is destructive or wicked. They'll move on. But an unhappy person will stay in it. Leave, they will not leave. You know, stay peacefully in it, they will not. Vicky, continue.
I would just like to say if you're an unhappy person and you have the habit of saying bad things about yourself, please stop because that is really bad to call yourself ugly, call yourself stupid, or any kind of thing. Because some people do that when they're alone, maybe in the mirror, maybe in the bathroom.
Yeah.
They tell themselves bad things. So um, I would think that would be the first step to just recognize that that's awful to do to yourself.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
some people don't realize that how damaging the damage you're doing by calling your own self bad things.
Yes. So you see, if you see what people say about you and do against you doesn't carry as much power and energy, as much passion and drive, like what you do or what you say against
Yeah,
yourself. You
there
should
you
know
go.
that. What bad people do against you or say against you doesn't carry power.
Hmm.
It is what you are saying against yourself, what you are doing against yourself that carries power. And that's why it happens quicker, very, very quick. We want to bring this show to an end here. We will see you next week for another Idika Imeri show. Thank you so much, Vicky. Vicky, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.